What do women really think of a man's bank account? Money might not buy love, but it definitely influences attraction, and not always in the way you might expect. From evolutionary psychology to modern-day dating apps, a man's financial situation has been shown to play a role in how women perceive him. But what's fact, and what's just outdated stereotype? Let's break it down. A 2023 survey by Match.com found that 78% of women ranked financial stability as more important than physical attractiveness when looking for a long-term partner. That doesn't mean women are gold diggers. It means they value security, planning, and responsibility. In fact, the same study showed that women were more likely to be attracted to a man who has a plan for his future than one who earns six figures. Dr. David Buss, a renowned evolutionary psychologist, explains that women are biologically wired to look for resource stability in a mate. Historically, that meant food and shelter. In modern times, it can translate to a steady income and the ability to provide. But it's not about wealth itself. It's about what that wealth represents: reliability, protection, and long-term thinking. In an eye-opening experiment published in the Journal of Evolutionary Psychology, researchers showed women pictures of the same man, once leaning against a modest sedan and once next to a luxury car. Soulmate. Women rated the man next to the luxury car as significantly more attractive, even though his appearance was identical. The perception of success elevated his desirability. But here's the twist. More recent studies show that what's even more attractive than money is how a man manages it. A report by NerdWallet in 2022 revealed that 84% of women say financial literacy is a green flag in dating. That means budgeting, saving, investing, and being honest about finances. One woman interviewed in the study said, "It's not about how much he makes. It's about whether he knows how to handle it. I'd rather date a guy making $50K with a Roth IRA than a guy making $200K and living paycheck to paycheck." Another woman on a Reddit thread discussing financial red flags shared, "I once dated a guy who made good money, but he constantly borrowed from his parents and had no savings. It was a major turnoff. I don't care about luxury trips or watches. I care that you're not 35 and financially reckless." The truth is, money in dating isn't just about status. It's about values. Financial compatibility is a top predictor of long-term relationship success, according to a 2020 study from the University of Georgia. Couples who talk openly about money and share financial goals are 3 times more likely to describe their relationship as very happy. And this goes beyond dating. In relationships and marriage, arguments about money are one of the top predictors of divorce. A study from Kansas State University found that couples who argue about money early in the relationship, regardless of income level, are more likely to split up later. It's not the amount in the bank, it's the mindset around it. Financial therapist Amanda Clayman says, "Money represents more than buying power. It reflects your priorities, values, and how you handle stress. In a relationship, it often reveals what kind of partner you'll be." And this idea plays out in how women evaluate not just earnings, but financial behavior. In a Bumble Insights report, women listed pays bills on time and tracks spending as more attractive than drives a fancy car. In other words, you don't need to flash wealth. You need to demonstrate competence. This doesn't mean that wealth doesn't attract attention. In the early stages of dating, signals of success can open doors. Think well-fitted clothing, confidence, or, yes, a nice dinner date. But if there's no substance behind the surface, it doesn't last. Women are increasingly financially independent themselves. What they want is compatibility, not dependency. A growing number of women also say they want a partner who understands how to build wealth together, not someone who simply wants to show it off. In a 2024 CNBC survey, 6 in 10 women said they prefer to split financial responsibilities in a relationship, and 72% said they want to be part of long-term financial decision-making. So what do women really think of a man's bank account? They care, but maybe not in the way you think. It's not about being rich. It's about being responsible, stable, and transparent. It's about having a vision for the future and the discipline to get there. The bottom line, you don't need a Lamborghini or a Wall Street salary to impress. What matters most is how you think about money, and whether you use it to build a future you can grow into together. Because in the end, financial attraction isn't about dollars. It's about direction. It's not about being flashy. It's about being intentional. And that's what makes the difference. For this and more ways to make sense of your life, subscribe to Smart Sense and keep on stacking.